So, when you're supposed to be most afraid to speak up, that's when you really need to speak up. So, I'm going to try to explain to the people here in America one more time what we need to do, okay? Once tyranny takes hold and authoritarianism has a grip like it does now, there's usually only one way to bring it to an end, and it usually is and does require a fight. And you can make your own conjectures from here to where that ends. We usually end up in a bad way. So, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I've been trying for years. Nobody wants to listen. I notice people like to watch the little things, scrap videos, flying videos, Addy Adventure USA shorts, and I really enjoy being able to produce those videos. It's really nice for a lonely old geezer like myself to be able to share with other people. It's us little faucets of life, the things that people don't see. So I'm going to share this with you. The reason that they can defy the courts and none of the people running the show, none of the elected senators, none of the elected congressmen, none of the judges, not the Supreme Court, they've gutted our government, and here is how. Anyone can look this up, and it would pay off if more people looked it up. I mean, really gave it due diligence. But we have a situation where too many people in government are also covered by differing forms of immunity. Sometimes the cops have selective immunity. Sometimes there are federal agents who have absolute immunity. Even the Supreme Court judges who are ruling on this stuff themselves have not congressional, but judicial immunity, which is basically absolute immunity in the process of ruling over us as a people. And until we voice that, until we bring that out, you see, they're going to keep running over our rights and us until one day it won't be an immigrant being put on the bus. It'll be someone like you or me or your neighbor or whatever. So we can't sit here idly by and repeat the mistakes that other times have made. I'm speaking specifically of the mistakes that occurred in Germany in the late 1930s to about 1945. So do yourself a favor, take a moment, go look this information up. It wouldn't hurt you to know it. And then together we need to tell our leaders, and we need to do it by any way we can. Hopefully before this all comes off the rails. It's already pretty off the rails. We need to tell our leaders that they cannot have immunity. They cannot be above our laws. That Constitution cannot be violated just because you have immunity. And we also need to let them know that if they should go to the level of pushing us around the way they are showing a propensity to do, and this is when you have armed fucking thugs running around wearing masks like they're soldiers, and they're not. The reason they wear those masks is they're afraid and ashamed of what they do, because if they weren't afraid and ashamed, they wouldn't need those masks. But they're wrong here. Okay? Those same people in those masks could someday be turned on you and me. So we have a duty to rise up and speak up and bring this, even if we have to bring it to a screeching halt. We need to do whatever we can do, because if we don't do this today, evil will triumph, and it will not be a good day if we allow it. So speak up, rise up, but please familiarize yourself with the different forms of immunity that people like Pam Bondi have, and every one of them. Just do a little homework, and I'm sure there are people out there that are much more adept at it than me. Get in there, learn a little something, and then come back and say come again. The one thing that these kind of people fear is that if we figure it out, they fear for what may happen to them personally. And that's kind of ironic, because if you're doing the right thing, and it is the right thing, then you should have no reason to ever be afraid.